my screen with you. Okay, so we were talking about normalization. Given a bad design, how to convert it into a good design. Now, a bad design means we can have redundancy like this. This is a very bad design. We have redundancy like this, or we can have nulls, and so on. So this is what we talked about last time. Do you still remember, Shabab? So this chapter is simply how to convert a bad design into a good design without going back to the conceptual or to the requirements. You don't have to go back, just in the logical level. Okay? So this is what we are going to do, inshallah. And then I talked about functional dependency. For example, look between this one and this one. Do I have a functional dependency? Can you tell me, Shabab? What it means is for every value here, there is only one value here. For example, khubar. For khubar here, you have only one value here, which is 5. Is that always true? Let's see. Khubar 5, khubar 5, khubar 5, khubar 4. No. So we have 5, sometimes we 4 for khubar. So there is no functional dependency now. Okay, Shabab. What about between department number and department name? Do we have functional dependency, Shabab? Can you join me, please?
Yes.
What do you think? Yes, isn't it? So how do we know that there is functional dependency between two columns? All you have to do is find out the distinct values of the first column and the distinct values of the second column. For example, what are the distinct values here? 5, 4, and 1, Sahih? So 1, 4, and 5. What about the distinct columns here?
Research, administration.
Okay, research, administration, and headquarters, Sahih?
Yes.
Now, each time we say 1, do we say only one of this? Is 1 is always mapped to one of this? Let's check 1. So 1, another headquarters. In this case, looks good. What about 4? 4, administration, 4, administration, 4, administration. That's very good up to now. What about 5? 5 research, 5 research, 5 research, 5 research. So always whenever we say 5, we say research here. So do we have functional dependency between these two, Shabab, or la?
Yes.
Yes, we have. Okay, so the advantage of functional dependency هو حيساعدنا عشان to break this table into many tables. That's what we call normalization. So this table, we need to break it into many tables to convert it to a good table. But into how many tables? Depends on the functional dependency. Now, before I talk about functional dependency, let me just say one thing. Let's just take this. Is there a functional dependency? Who is the primary key of this table, Shabab?
SSN.
It is SSN. صحيح? It's underlined هنا شايف لو ما عرفت تشوفه ولا لا. في underline. So this means primary key صحيح? Is this true?
No, I don't think it's true because it might be the date, like duplicate.
Don't forget, do we have 111 in any other row?
No.
It's primary key, صحيح?
Yes.
So it will only go to one birthday, صحيح? 111 will have only one birthday, صحيح?
Yes, but the birthday, it might be like duplicate.
They can be duplicate. They can they have the same birthday. It doesn't matter. But if is this true? Maybe this is not true. You are right. I will let.
Yes.
But is this true?
You mean true? Like, is this
every ID has only one birthday? ولا لا?
Yes.
Always.
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Yes. In fact, every time a primary kid, what about this true?
Yes.
Yes, it is true. مع primary key, because primary key, so for example, 111. What is the address of 111? Khubar, isn't it? So you will not find another 111 here because this is the primary key. So you will always 111 is Khubar. خلاص ما فيش غيره. معي ولا؟
Yes.
So this is always true. Is this true? Take the distinct values here. Do every value maps only one value هنا ولا لا? Yes, it is. صحيح. For example, whenever I say 111, it's always 5. ما فيش غير 111 اسم محل واحد. 222 is also 5. 33 is 4. 444 is 4. So this is always true, but this is not true, of course. صحيح.
صح.
You agree with me ولا صحيح صحيح, isn't it? Because when I say 4, sometimes it is 66, sometimes sorry, it is 777, sometimes it is 444, sometimes. So this is not true, but this is true. So in fact, مع primary key, every row is true. يعني the dependency is true. يعني هذا برضه true. هذا برضه true. هذا برضه true. You agree with me يا شباب؟ لأنه primary key عشان ما عندنا only في one place الrow في one row, or every add is only one row, so it can only map up to only one يعني. You agree with me ولا لا يا شباب؟
True, yes.
Yes, yes, of course.
Fantastic. Okay, this is the case now. Let me give you the following. Let's take this. We have 3 types of functional dependencies. طبعا these functional dependencies, this primary key is, all of them are functional dependent on the primary key. Let me show you the following, for example. Let me give another example. Let's take this table. A table هذه, assume it has these columns. Assume the primary key is A, B, C, these are the columns, sorry, D, E, or F. Assume the primary key here, these two are the primary key مع بعض. It's a composite primary key. Are you with me يا شباب?
Yes.
This is clear. Now let's assume the following. Let's assume there is a relationship طبعا بين هذا وهذا. Another relationship بين هذا وهذا وبرضه هذا. Okay, and both of them also at the same time they have relationship مع مين؟ مع هذا. Okay, وفي relationship كمان كده. Are you with me شباب ولا this
Yes.
too many
Yes.
points? Okay, so let me write them in a different way. Now this, how I can write it? I can write it B goes to who?
C.
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 So this is one functional dependency. صحيح? Let's go to one
C.
functional dependency number 1. So this is number 1. Also, I have another functional dependency, which is what يا شباب? Which is A goes to DE. صحيح?
D.
A
Yes.
goes to D and E. معي ولا إيه? So this is just a bracket معلش. Okay يا شباب?
Okay.
Also خلاص, this is number 2. نسمي هذا number 2. Let's نسمي هذا number 3. نسمي هذا number 4. Okay? 4 functional dependency. معي ولا إيه? So number 3 is what? A مع B مع بعض, which is the primary key. صحيح? Goes to who?
To F.
To F. Now let me just delete this لأنه just made it a little bit. This goes قلنا إيش? A goes to DE. DE. باقي لنا واحد. So this is FD number 2. This is FD number 3. Let's write FD number 4. Functional dependency number 4, which is this one. D goes to E. صحيح? Now, always, this is the arrow. What does this mean? It means C is functional dependent on B. What it means is for every value of B, there is only one value of what? Of C.
C, yeah.
Exactly. This means for every value of A, there is only one value of DE مع بعض. معي ولا إيه? Composite. معي ولا إيه?
Okay.
And so on. Now, for every value A, but this is a primary key شباب. This is always true طبعا صحيح. For
Yes.
any value of AB, there is only one value of F, isn't it? And so on. Is this point clear? Is this notation clear, Shabab, up to this point?
Clear.
Yes.
Very good. Now tell me, who the primary key here?
AB.
AB. What about B? Is B part of the primary key or the full primary key?
Part.
Part. So this is part of the primary key. So let me just put P here, part of the primary key. What about this one? Now, by the way, we call this one the determinant. على في الشمال هذا نسميه determinant ولا على في اليمين هذا نسميه consequent. So B is determinant, C is consequent. A is determinant in FD2 طبعا, and D is consequent. A, B is determinant, F is consequent, D is determinant, E is consequent. So do you understand what's consequent, what's determinant now, Shabab?
It's like input, output.
Exactly. For this, so the one on the left is determinant, the one on the right is consequent. So it means for one value of the determinant, there is one value of the consequent. Now, this is clear for you. So B, is it part of the primary key or the full primary key?
No, it's part.
Part. What about A?
Also, it's a part.
Also part. What about AB here? I'm just looking at the determinant first. What about AB here?
It's
Is
the
it?
primary key. The full.
The full primary key. Let's call it full, صحيح? The complete, صحيح? What about D? It's not part of the primary
No,
key.
no.
So
Yes.
سميها no, صحيح? No primary key, none. Now, this kind of, if the determinant is part of the primary key, not the full طبعا, نسميها partial dependency. هذا فين؟ So this functional dependency نسميها partial. So partial dependency simply means the determinant is a subset of the primary key. معي ولا إيه؟ If the determinant is a subset of the primary key نسميها partial, proper subset يعني. This is also a proper subset of AB, صحيح? Okay, so this is also partial. Do you remember what proper subset is ولا نسيت يا شباب؟
Do we know what, Doctor?
Proper subset. تذكروه ولا نسيتوه؟
Can you remind us?
Okay, let me remind you. What are the subsets of A and B? A, معي ولا إيه؟
Yes. B.
B and what? Also AB, صحيح?
Yes. AB also.
So these are the subsets of AB, صحيح؟ حتى ال AB يعتبر subset of AB, صحيح ولا؟ But لما نقول proper معناتها AB is not included. So these are the proper subset of AB. Let's take another set. For example, set which contains 1, 2, and 3. معي ولا إيه؟ This is a set. What are the subset of this? 1, 2,
2,
3,
1, 2,
1, 2, مظبوط.
1, 3,
1, 3,
2, 3.
2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 كمان. معي ولا إيه؟
Yes.
But what is the proper subset of this? These are the proper subsets. This is not part of the proper subset. It is صحيح. So subset لما نقول proper معناته إيش? Always the one which are less than the subset, the set itself يعني in number. مش كل الست يعني. معي ولا إيه؟ هذا نسميه proper subset. معي ولا إيه؟ Are you with me?
Yeah.
So because if I tell you give me the subsets of this في الامتحان, you will give me all of them, معي ولا إيه? Including this, معي ولا إيه? But if I tell you give me the proper subset, then you don't include this one. You don't include the set itself, معي ولا إيه?
Yes.
Okay. So is B a proper subset ولا لا of the primary key? Yes. If the determinant is a proper subset of the primary key, then we call it partial. So this is partial, this is also partial. What about AB? Goes to C. Is it a proper subset ولا لا? No, it is a full set, صحيح?
Yes.
So نسميها the full dependency. So what it means is partial, معناتها is C is partially dependent on the primary key, which is a B only. D is partially dependent on A. F is fully dependent on A and B. What about D and E? هذا is not a primary key, the determinants. It's not even part of the primary key, isn't it? What do we call this one? We call this one transitive dependency. We call this one transitive dependency. خلينا نمسح ال N. هذا نسميها transitive dependency. فعندنا ثلاث أنواع من dependencies. Transitive, partial, and full. So how do you know if functional dependency is partial or transitive? I'm not sure about the spelling, but let's assume it's correct. It's transitive. Transitive. Now, how do we know whether this is transitive or whether this one is partial, whether this one is full? From the determinant. If the determinant is part of the primary key, we call it partial. If the determinant is the complete primary key, we call it what? Full. If the determinant is not part of the primary key, then we call it transitive. Okay?
طيب دكتور.
Yes.
In this situation, for example,
Yes.
C and F, we call it
If we have what? If we have
C and F.
C and F, the determinant CF صحيح?
No. C dependent. F is dependent on C.
F is dependent on C. Like معناتها it's going to be like D dependent on E because C is not part of the primary key. صحيح? Like انت قصدك كده صحيح? Let me just.
Yes. C goes to F.
Like this يعني صحيح?
أيوه.
Now this is transitive. Why?
So يعني مو شرط يكون الريليشن انت مرسوم. It's not supposed to be, even without arrow it's transitive.
Yeah. If somebody gives you this arrow وقال لك what kind of functional dependency is this one صحيح؟ لو قال لك يعني صحيح؟
Yes.
معناته قصده ايش هو؟ قصده انه for every value of F there is only one, for every value of C there is only one value of F. This is what it means. معي ولا؟
Yes.
So, but what kind of functional dependency is this one? الحين look at who's the determinant here? C ولا F?
C.
Now, is C part of the primary key? Well, it's not part of the primary key at all.
No, I know it's transitive. Yes.
Yes, it is transitive. Yes.
So I mean, there is just three. There is no fourth type of
there is only
no dependency, for example.
Exactly, there is only three. That's all we care about. There are many more. There are more of them, but for this course we are going to take only three. Only three.
Because I thought because C and F have no relation, they would be called no dependency.
No. If I don't know whether C and F are related, I don't know that they have functional dependency between the two of them. I'm not sure. So if he doesn't give you, they don't have relationship. There is no, for every value of C, there is one value of F. هذا قصدك أنت?
Yes.
No. I didn't tell you that this is true, صحيح?
أيوه.
So it means that they don't have functional dependence between the two of them.
Okay. No dependence.
Excellent question. Yes. That's very important because it will help us later on, inshallah. Now we know which one is functional, which one is what, which one is partial dependency, what is functional dependency, and what is Asian. And let me give you another question. Let's take this one now. Assume this is my primary key. A, B مع C ثلاثة كلهم معي ولا؟ Now, tell me what kind of dependence is this? If I tell you this is true. Is it partial? Is it transitive? Is it full?
Partial.
Very good. Because BC is a subset of ABC, صحيح?
Yes.
So the determinant is okay. So I just want to make sure that you understood me, Shabab. What about this?
partial also.
Partial again. Why? Because the determinant, who's the C, صحيح?
Yes.
Isn't it? So
Yeah.
this means simply C is a subset of A, B, C. It's automatically proper subset. So this is also partial. What about this?
Full.
Full dependency. Excellent. This is full dependency. What about this? E goes to F.
None.
None. It's not.
Transitive. It is transitive, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Transitive means معناتها ايش؟ معناتها the determinant is not part of what? Of the primary key.
Yeah.
هل هذا واضح الحين؟ فهمتوا what is transitive, what is partial, and what is what?
But I have question, Doctor.
Yes, please.
If I have A, B, C, D as the determinant and
Yes.
goes to F,
Yes.
what will be?
This is wrong. It can't happen.
Why?
Because A, B, C is a primary key, صحيح؟
Yes.
خلاص. No need to put A, B, C, D goes to the هنا. يعني it is a redundant information. معي ولا إيه؟
Oh, okay. So it's wrong and redundant.
Exactly. It's a redundant information. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Excellent question. Yes. Now, if this is why are you teaching us this, Dr. Salah? The reason I'm teaching you for this one is if you have a table يا شباب فيها partial dependency أو فيها transitive dependency معناتها it is a bad design. معناتها you will have redundancies in the table. Let me repeat again. If you have a partial dependency or if you have a transitive dependency معناتها the design of this table is bad. The design of this table is what? Is bad. Let me give you an example. For example, let me get rid of this. Let's find out here. Okay, what are the dependents اللي عندنا؟ نشوف. Let's see the dependents اللي عندنا هنا. Can you tell me what dependents عندنا هنا? Let me just make the arrows معي ولا إيه؟ Either a dependence between هذا وهذا ولا لا يا شباب؟ معناتها for every value of this there is only one value of this. Is this true ولا لا؟
Yes.
Yes.
It is
true.
Very good. What about this?
True. Also
It's
true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so if this is true, معناتها we have what kind of a dependence is this? Let me just stop this one. Let me remove this one. What kind of a dependence is this? The primary key is what is you know. What is our primary key? Our primary key is what is?
SSN.
Yes.
So مستحيل يكون عندك partial dependence طبعا صحيح؟
Yes.
التيبل هذه I cannot have partial dependence because the primary key is only one column صحيح؟
You're right.
احس انكم يا شباب ضايعين شويه. Is that please ask me, okay? So if you have only one, if your primary key is only one column like this one, you can never have partial dependency. تتفقوا معي ولا لا؟ Because whatever you do will be full dependency فقط صحيح؟
Yes, yes, of course.
Now,
Because
so
we
what
have
kind
one.
what kind of a dependency is this?
This is transitive.
Transitive dependency, and I told you transitive or partial is not good صحيح؟
Yes.
Now because of this شوف عندنا redundancy 2 2 2 2 4 4 4 4 2 2 2 2. Each time I say research عندنا 2 2 2 research 2 2 2. Or each time I say 5 I say 2 2 2. Each time I say 5 I say 2 2 2. So عندنا redundancy هنا. This is what I'm saying. فهمت علي؟
Yes.
So
we
what?
don't need the department number demand manager.
Yeah, exactly. What we should have done is the following صحيح؟ كنا هذول طبعا في برضه هنا بين هذا وهذا. Is this true also? Let me show you. And what did I tell you? If in your table you have a partial dependency or you have a transitive dependency, اتأكد إنه في عندك redundancy. And we don't like redundancy. تكرار معي ولا إيه؟ Let me give you an example. I'm giving you this example here. What I'm telling you here, each time I say 5, I will say research. So this is redundancy. This is redundancy. What I'm saying is the department number. Let me call it D number. معي ولا department number. هنا عندك ايش؟ department name isn't it؟ comma من department manager صحيح ولا؟ So this is true isn't it؟ معي ولا؟ Is this true or false?
Yes, it's true.
Yes,
it is
it's
true.
true. Yes.
It is true. For one value of this, each time I say 5 here, I will say research 222. Each time I say 5 here, research 222. Each time I say 5, research 222. 5, research 222. معناتها each time I say one of the determinants, automatically I will get the same consequences. So if this is true, so automatically معناتها ايش؟ I have a partial dependency هنا. لو عندك partial dependency معناتها this is a bad design. Why؟ حيكون عندك تكرار. Each time I say 5, I will say research 222. Each time I say 5, research 222. Each time I say 4, administration, and so on. So what you should have done is the following. You should have not added these two columns. And بيجيبوا لك التكرار هذول. You should have done them in a separate table. And you will have, each time I say 5, I say research, which is department name, I say 222. Each time I say 4, I will say what here? Administration, and then what? 4. Each time I say 1, this is headquarters, معي ولا إيه?
Yes. 8.
So instead of repeating this information again and again, I could have created a separate table, سميها department table, and I could have put them here only once, معي ولا إيه? And I don't need this one. I just need this one to link this مع هذا. Are you with me يا شباب ولا لا?
Yes, with you. Absolutely.
Very good. So what I am saying is, if you have partial dependency, معناتها تأكد إنه your table is bad. معناتها you can take this, the determinant and the consequent, خذهم مع بعض and create a new table out of them. وشيل الdeterminants من إيش؟ شيل الconsequence من التable القديمة. Let me repeat what I said. لو عندك partial dependency زي كده, what you can do is take the determinant والconsequence كلهم مع بعض and create a new table out of the three. معناتها خذ هذا وخذ هذا وخذ هذا and make a new table. معي ولا إيه؟
Yes.
And each time you say 5, you say research 222. So there is no point to repeat it in the new table. يعني. Each time you say 4, you will have the same value. Each time I say 1, I have the same value. So I will create out of this what? Out of this a new table, and I will remove the consequence from the original table. Let me say what I said. Let me repeat what I said هنا بخطوات سهلة. Assume you have a table. In this table, I have a number of columns. Let me call this one column A, this one column B, this one column C, this one column D, this one column E, this one is column F, this one is column G. And then I say, let's say this is my primary key. وعندي ايش هنا? Let's say this is determinant for this one and this one. مع بعض. So now what kind of functional dependency is this one يا شباب? Is it full? Is it transitive? Is it partial?
Transitive.
عندنا 3 خيار بس عشان كده very good. This is transitive. So is transitive dependency bad or good?
Absolutely bad.
Bad. Very good. Why? Because it will create what? Redundancy, صحيح?
Yes, redundancy.
So what shall we do? What you should do is create a new table out of this determinant and the consequence. معناتها E والF والG عملهم منهم table جديدة. E سوي لك table جديدة وF كسر التيبل this bad wrong table into small tables, 2 small tables G, and make for the determinant the primary key of the new table. معي ولا إيه؟ وامسح الكونسيكونت من هنا ومن هنا. Isn't it? Then you know that the value for every value of this, there is only one value of this. So this one مش حيتكرر هذا يعني. حيكون عندك 4 وحيكون عندك مثلا 5. خد الديبارتمنت نيم هنا وخد المانجر هنا وخلاص. So this way you don't need to repeat this one. لو عندي 1000 employees, I don't have to write 1000 repeated things again and again and again. I better put them separately هنا in 3 rows وخلاص. And we get rid of this one. Are you with me ولا لا يا شباب؟
With you.
Very good. So this is how you break a bad table into what? Into 2 small or 3 small or 4 small good tables. Let me give you another example just to make sure that you got my point here. What about if I have the following? خلينا نمسح هذا. Assume my primary key is A and B. Sorry. Assume my primary key is A and B مع بعض, okay? And I have a relationship here. Now, what kind of a relationship is this?
Partial.
Is it partial? Excellent, because B is part of the primary key, صحيح? Now, is partial dependency bad or good?
Bad.
It is bad. So معناتها it will create redundancy for us, معي ولا إيه? So what you should do is, if you find a partial dependency, create a new table. Tell me what is going to be the column of the new table, يا شباب.
B.
B and C.
B and C. You have to take the determinants on all the consequences. But in the new table, the determinant will be what? Will be the primary key. معي ولا إيه?
Yes.
And what do you do here? You take what? You take C out of this table. خلاص, we don't have C in this table anymore. خلاص, we got rid of this dependency. مش موجودة anymore. خلاص. أخذناها من هنا وحولناها إلى إيش؟ إلى هنا. But هنا, what kind of a dependency is this one يا شباب؟ أو أنسى الكلام هذا، أنسى الكلام هذا اللي بعدين، أنسى الكلام هذا، هتكلم عنه بعدين. So what you should do is always to, if you have a bad table because it has partial dependency or it has a transitive dependency, you have to really break it into 2 or 3 maybe. It depends on how many times. بعدين خد ال determinant والconsequent بتاعت ال partial dependency or transitive dependency, make them a table and make the determinant a primary key. وامسح ال consequent من هنا، بس خلي ال determinant هنا وهنا، بس ال consequent شيله من هنا بس خليه هنا. Okay, let me give you another example. More examples will make it clear. Sorry. What about if it was like this? AB goes to C. Tell me, what shall we do? Now, what kind of a dependency is this, first of all?
Total.
Total أو نسميها full. معي ولا إيه? You're right. It's total dependency or full dependency. معي ولا إيه?
Yes.
So when it is a full dependency, what do we do? Sorry, what did I do? ليش مسحتها?
It's okay.
It's good. We like it. So you don't do anything.
Yes.
You don't do anything. The only problem is when you have a partial and when you have what? Transitive. أما لما يكون full dependency, don't do anything. It's good because we will convert the partial into full, but the new table will be full. So in fact, we are converting everything into full, يا شباب. This is what we are doing. So for example, if I have a dependency here, if I have dependency here, this is partial, which is bad. So what do we do? Tell me, how do I break this table into 2?
Take the B as the primary key and
very good. In the new table, صحيح? In the new table, صحيح? So take the B and what معاها?
C.
والC معاها. Now this is going to be your new what?
Table.
Primary and the new table.
Yeah.
وخلاص وامسح من ايش هنا؟ What do we do here? نمسح ايش هنا؟
C.
نمسح السي هنا. اما نخلي البي عشان نربطهم مع بعض.
Yes.
خلاص معناته ايش؟ انه this مش موجود. اتحول لهنا. كان هنا الحين جه هنا صحيح؟ بس لما جه هنا الحين اتحول لايش؟
الفل.
للفل. So this is how we do it يعني. So we break it and we bring the partial, we make it full. But you have to create a new table to make it full. Okay? How do we do that one? We make what? You make the determinant the primary key. وخلاص بدل يكون partial primary key نصير ايش complete primary key in the new table. So this is a trick that you have to play. Okay يا شباب ولا it's not clear yet? If you keep quiet معناتها it's clear. This is what I will ask
it's
you.
clear.
Okay, very good. Okay, in that case now let me do one thing more الحين. طيب. Assume the following. خلينا نعقدها شوية. Okay. Sorry. Tell me now. Is this a good table ولا sorry. Oh, sorry. Is this a good table or a bad table?
A bad table.
A bad table. First of all, I have two functional dependencies. This is number one, number two. What kind of functional dependency is this one? Is it partial or is it transitive?
Partial. Yeah.
Partial. Very good.
And the second one is transitive.
The second one is transitive. I have two bad things here, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Also, let me add another dependency هنا اللي هو هذا. What about this one? What kind of a dependency is this one?
Full.
Full dependency.
Which is okay.
Which is okay. In fact, that's why full dependency شيله. I'm sorry. لأنه it's okay. We don't really care about it. فلما تلاقي full انساه كأنه مش موجود. Okay? Because the primary key is connected to this, it's connected to this, it's connected to this. It's full. Full is everywhere. I will because it's a primary key. Now, tell me, how do I break this table? Now, to break this table, you have to do it step by step. First of all, you have to get rid of the partial dependency. I will learn. After you finish after you get rid of the partial dependency, then go and get rid of the transitive dependency. خطوة خطوة. Do first of all partial, then do transitive. Let me show you how I'm going to break this table. Okay, Shabab? Now, what I do is, do I have any partial dependency first of all ولا ما عنديش؟ عندي ولا ما عندي؟ عندي.
You have one, yeah.
Which is this one, صحيح? So
yes.
Get rid of it. How do you get rid of it? معناتها create a new table. Create a new table. B مع C, because this is a determinant and this is a consequence, صحيح? So the determinant becomes the primary key of the new table. And what do we do يا شباب هنا الحين? We get rid of what? Of C. خلاص, the consequent moves, but the determinant is copied. So this is your new table الحين. Now, here I have full dependence فقط, ما فيش partial dependency, and I don't have any partial dependency here, but I still have what?
The transitive one.
Transitive. So let me get rid of it. How do you get rid of it?
Create table.
Create a table with how many columns?
3 with D as primary key.
As a primary key. Very good. So what you should do is I will have D as a primary key in the new table, and I have E and the F. So who's the primary key? قلنا الحين هنا في new table حيكون الD, صحيح?
Yes.
What do I do here?
Delete E and F.
Very good. You delete E and F. Consequences are deleted يعني. خلاص معناتها this is done. So what's my new table الحين حيكون this is the first one, which is the original one, but صغير الحين. This is the second one. So the one ugly wrong table, we broke it into 3 different what? Correct tables. So this is how you use a functional dependency, Shabab. Okay. So what you do is, if we are given a design, ولو قال لك يا أخي شوف الديزاين هذا, is it correct? The first thing you need to do is, first of all, identify which one is the primary key. After that one, draw the dependencies, then find out which one is partial and which one is what? Transitive. After that one, break it. Okay, but first of all, start with who? With partial, then with who? With transitive.
Yes.
So, what I am saying is the following. Given a bad design, which has, okay, a bad design, first of all, get rid of what? Of the partial what? Partial dependency. After that one again, get rid of who? Of the transitive dependency. Then you have a very good design. معايا ولا يا شباب؟ You have a good ايش؟ Good design. Now, this is not a good design yet because we still have transitive dependencies. In fact, what we call this one is a bad design. But if a table doesn't have partial dependency, this table is in first normal form. Sorry, in second normal form. نسميها table اللي موجودة ايش؟ normal ايش؟ normal form. معناتها if I tell you oh this table is in second normal form, تذكر لما كان DEF لما كان هنا معناتها this table was in second normal form. So if a table doesn't have any partial dependency but it still have transitive dependency نسميها it is still in the second normal form. معايا ولا يا شباب؟ I'll talk about first normal form بعد شوية. This is first normal form هتكلم عنه. So if a table is in first normal form معناتها it has a partial dependency معناتها partial dependency عندها. So معناتها it's a bad table. Now when it is also in the second normal form it is still a bad table but it's better because at least we don't have partial dependency now but we still have what? Transitive dependency. So once we are in the third normal form خلاص we are happy. This is a good design يعني. A good design. So you have to take a very bad table which is in the first normal form معناتها عندها partial dependency وعندها transitive dependency. First of all حولها إلى ايش second normal form by getting rid of what? Of the partial dependency. But don't stop there. We still have transitive dependency. ناخدها من second normal form into third normal form. Then we call this one ايش? We call this a good design. Third normal form is a good design. And we do this by getting rid of what? Of the transitive dependency. هل هذا واضح ولا لا يا شباب؟
Yes.
واضح.
Very good. Let me just quickly before the class finishes, let me take you into this one now. Into this table here, معلش. Let's start with this one now. Is this a bad design or a good design? No. I'll come back to this. I'll come back before this. Let's take this table here. Is it a bad design or a good design, Hadi?
Bad, because it's in the first normal form.
Very good. So this is in first normal form. فهمت علي? Why? Because I have partial dependency and I have what? Transitive dependency still يعني. So if I have partial dependency معناتها I are still in first normal form. If you still have transitive dependency معناتها I are still in the second normal form. So first of all move from what? From first normal form into what? Into second normal form. So معناتها I have to get rid of these two partial dependency. Now who's my primary key here يا شباب?
It's composite, I think.
Yes,
number.
ENO, very good. ENO مع PNO صحيح? P project number. Both of them. Very good. So let's get rid of what? Of which one first? Let's start maybe by this one. Oh, he started with this one. He started with this one. I will start with this one. So what I will do is I will take this one and this one. So what do I do here? Tell me, what shall I do?
Make a new table.
Make a new table out of who and who?
Project number and project name.
Project number and project name. And whenever I say what kind of data shall I put here? Tell me. For PO1, I will put PO1 AAA, صحيح?
Yes.
PO2 BBB, PO3 CC3, PO4 DDD, صحيح? PO5 EE, PO4 خلاص already عندي عملته already هنا, صحيح? So this I'm not going to do this. PO6 I will do it. A new table out of this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. You agree with me? Yes. So I'm going to create a new table for this, and the data, what I will do is I will move the data from this table into the new table, especially, and I don't need this one anymore in this table, صحيح? هذا حاشيلها برا.
Of course.
So this is what I will get. So I still have project number هنا in both of them صحيح عشان نربطهم يعني. So the determinant will be here and will be here also, but the consequent will be here. شوف الحين العلاقة اللي كانت هنا صارت ايش الحين؟ صارت full dependent, which we like صحيح. Tell me in which normal form am I? Am I in the second normal form, or am I in the first normal form, or I am the third normal form? Where am I exactly?
Which table?
Huh?
Which one?
All of them, all مع بعض الداتابيس كله.
In the first.
In the first. So when I talk about this one, yeah. So yeah, first طبعا. So this one, you're right. This one is the third normal form. صحيح. أما هذا is still in the first normal form. صحيح. So we say the whole database is still what? Is still in the first normal form. معي ولا إيه؟
Yes.
Now I want to do the following. I want to get rid of this. صحيح. So what shall I do? Create a new table, isn't it?
Yes.
How many columns a new table عندها?
4.
4 columns. So take this one, take this one, take this one, and take this one, and copy them here, صحيح?
Yes.
And what do I do after that one? I get rid of who and who? These 3 columns, معي ولا إيه? Because they are the consequence, صحيح? So I will only be left مع ENO و project number فقط, صحيح? So this is what I will have. So I created this table, the new table, and I got, it was هنا كلهم كانوا هنا مع بعض, كانوا ENO, PNO, ونame, DNO, ودName كله كانوا هنا. So I took the consequence out of this and I put them into the new table. Tell me now, do I have any partial dependency anymore? ولا خلاص I got rid of all the partial dependencies.
You don't have any more partial.
So I'm not in first normal form, but do I have transitive dependency ولا لا?
Yes, you have.
Yes, so still I have to get rid of this transitive dependency. So where am I now? I am in the second what? Normal form. Am I right? Yes, I am in the second normal form. Now we are in second normal form. So tell me, what shall I do now?
Create another table.
And
with
what does the table contain, معلش?
D number and D name. D number as the primary key.
Okay, D number you call the primary key and D name, صحيح؟ مع D name.
Yes.
And tell me, what are the rows حيكون هنا? How many rows?
D01 ICS and
D01 ICS and
D02
D02 COE. Excellent, 2 rows. صحيح? And what do I do from this? I get rid of what? Of the consequence. معي ولا إيه؟
Yes, yes.
So I will have one table which contains these 3, another table this, another table this, another table this. So I will have 4 tables like this. Just one table, I broke it into 4 tables. Now these are excellent tables. These are correct tables. We are in the third normal form now. Everything is what now? Full, صحيح? ما في partial ولا في transitive. Everything is full. When everything is full, خلاص معناتها you are done. خلاص you are in the third normal form. خلاص you are happy. We are now in the third normal form. Now forget about this one. مش معانا هذه أو حمسحها إن شاء الله. حمسحها هذه ما مشكلة. So this is what you do. Now I have not talked about unnormalized form. I talked about only the first normal form. وتكلمت عن second normal form. وتكلمت عن third normal form. Next class I'm going to talk about what? Unnormalized form. What do we mean? So first of all, you have to convert unnormalized form into first normal form. بعدين get rid of no partial dependency, get rid of them, then you are in the second normal form. Then get rid of what? Transitive dependency, then you are in the third normal form. But أنا نطيت هذا لأنه شرح هذا حيكون شوية أصعب compared to this one يعني إن شاء الله. So next class I will talk about how do we go from here to here. What is unnormalized form? ما تكلمت الحين عنها. Okay, so I will talk about that one next class. Do you have any question before I let you go?
Doctor, I have a question regarding the lab. Do you have a lab?
Yes, we have a lab today. We have a lab this week. The reason
and what's about?
Okay, we are going to talk about the project. Did you see the requirement اللي اعطيتكم يا شباب ولا لا؟
Yeah, I've seen it.
اوكي. شوف لو عندكم امتحان ولا حاجه at least one of you should come. Sorry, not this one. At least one of you should come because let me just stop the recording معلش and take attendance.